Hello and welcome back again. We'll be doing the same as last time and I will be going over the footage that I've recorded, just talking over the top of it all. This one's got quite a few jumps on it, so apologies if that's not to your liking, if it feels a bit too cut up, but I feel like it works best just to get through as much of this as I can, get back to playing it myself. Yeah, let's crack on. Yeah, so we just saw Ketheric for the first time. We were ordered to kill these goblins, and Minthara was taken down below to be executed.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, Disciples Realm?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No, better yet, show me.
No
Her
worries.
mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. A pool of warmth spreads through your mind as she settles on the memory of you commanding the goblins to die.
Oh, I like you. That was inventive and efficient.
And enjoyable. Got any more minions to punish? Nope.
Your confidence is delicious. I can see why the Absolute might be hungry to dig deeper into that mind of yours. I certainly am.
She parts
Is
the
she
folds of your mind again,
Is that the way an orc would
touching your
flirt?
wants and
Maybe.
hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palate. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith.
So we need to try and pretend. Lash her with atrocities that you've conducted. And we do so very unsuccessfully. If I have the opportunity to reroll, we do. Take that. Reroll again. And we get her. I can't afford
The
to miss that one.
Absolute fills your mind. But you have doubt and anger in your heart, not love.
So now we need to deceive her. Say my anger outweighs my love, but it's directed towards her enemies. And we do so successfully. That was an easy one to pass.
Control your emotions. When you come to her, you must allow her love to push out all other feeling, or she will consume you. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted.
Good for you. Now how do I get what I want?
By serving General Thorm. I have a mission for you.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
I live to serve. What do I need to do?
There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there, aid Balthazar if you can, and bring the relic home.
What if
Death
Balthazar's
would not
dead?
silence Balthazar for long. But dead or alive, he is lost. Whatever has become of him, it is the relic that matters.
Understood.
It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know.
She's suddenly nervous, on edge. Talking about the relic makes her anxious.
Talking to the relic makes you anxious. Why is that? Success again. Big success on that one.
I am in awe of the power the relic must hold to be of such importance. General Thorm will not leave Moonrise without it.
Understood. Let's go.
And
Come
I
on.
accompanied him.
Why am I still asking
It was
questions?
destroyed shortly after he left Moonrise. Hardly a surprise. We're protected here, but outside the shadows are hungry.
They are indeed.
The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
Lovely. What a guy, this Balthazar. Okay, so I take a wee cut here and we go through Balthazar's chambers. If any of you have seen it before, there's not too much exciting about it, but there is a room you can enter into, just through the back here. So you select, there's 4 categories of books. I can't remember which one it is. You select one, you put a human organ or head onto that pedestal, and that lets you gain entrance. So we get Astarion to unlock our way through some of these skill checks. Game's done this a couple of times with the laptop. I think it was just because it was overheating, or maybe because it was running too many applications, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think it was quite warm in the room at the time, and I had it on my lap with a quilt. So I'd just tab in and out, and that would restart it, so it was fine.
Have a lot on my mind.
So I'm looking through, and I
The
see this
necromancer was experimenting on the
sigil on the table,
tadpoles,
and I've never really messed with it. The ritual circle
but
here.
they were already imbued with...
Carved into the bench's rotted surface are strange, half-faded sigils. A magic circle of some kind, thick with darkness and decay.
A ritual circle. And a complex one at that. I've seen such a construction before in the writings of the Weave Pasha Raven, though his vision was not so... tainted. It's inert,
dangerous.
if that's what you mean. But it still reeks of the Shadow Weave. And its polluting magic will continue to escape for as long as it lies abandoned here. The sigils are written in a curious mix of tongues. Ancient Kalashite, Netherese, something else I can't quite make out. If I'm reading it correctly, it was used in the creation of moon lanterns. The discarded pixie corpses might still contain enough essence. With one of the broken lantern casements... Yes, I think I'll be able to craft one more lantern. And with a slight modification of the casting gesture, it might be able to wield the shadows instead of repelling them. Though, Mistress' eyes may be upon me. She'd forbid me dabbling with such magic. She'd want it destroyed. Wasted, arguably.
Forget what Mistra wants. Think about yourself, and what Lady Shah's power could do for you, Gale. Make the lantern. Spread her will.
Shadowheart's out on missionary goals here, trying to convert Gale to Sharonism. So, I didn't know that I'd already picked up the ingredients for this here. What I do is I go back out and I pick up the ingredients, and then I actually had a broken moon lantern and some dead pixie on me already. Yep. So we go over and we put it
Circle's
together.
power remains.
This is the first time I've ever done this, by the way. This is completely new to me. Excuse me. So you see there, I've got 2 moon lanterns and 2 pixies. Put that in and combine it. And then you get a special kind of moon lantern. Now Gale wants us to speak to him, so does him.
Still breathing,
Over.
despite
The shadow
everything.
lantern. And again, laptop starts acting up a wee
If Mistra
bit.
were here, I don't think she'd be best pleased with me for doing that. She was always rather fond of pixies. Still, I'm sensing no signs of any divine retribution incoming. Not quite sure what to make of that.
she's hardly going to chastise you and put that at risk when you
A
get
valid
command from her.
and most astutely observed point. So long as I have her mission ahead of me, I suspect she'll not want to distract me with any undue moralizing. May not be the most savory kind of magic, but it will taste sweet enough if it brings us to the heart of the Absolute in one piece.
Don't feel guilty on
That's
my
good to
account.
know. Although I should say, I do what I do out of a sense of utility and pragmatism, not a love of the unsavory. Whatever advantage I can gain for us, I will. And I refuse to feel guilty for it, no matter how much Mistress chidings might echo in my skull. Now come, best keep moving. We have many more shadows to face before we reach the heart of the Absolute.
Okay,
Your
so
desire.
I now have a look at what we've got. So it conjure Shadow Lantern Wraith. So if you know those things that we fight, actually we've not fought them yet. Yeah, just Shadow Wraiths really. These dark creatures, cloaked
Keep it
creatures like the
together.
Mentors from Harry Potter. We can conjure them forth, right? So we've got that now. I then head out from there down into the Moonrise Towers prisons. So if you remember from before, Minthara could put down here to be sentenced to death. So I want to go down here and just have a word with the executioners and see what's what. So that's where we're at.
Is purification.
We will cleanse you.
You were adored, Minthara. Brought up from the darkness and into the Absolute's light.
She cherished you, but it wasn't enough. You were distracted by your own desires.
Bloodlust, murder, chaos.
And most damning of all, an unexpected weakness. A longing for acceptance and affection from a mortal.
You have no right.
We have every right.
You are nothing.
Minthara's mind connects with yours. Not strong as you remember it, but fractured, disintegrated.
Come to observe, true soul. She is a lesson. None can rise so high that they cannot fall again.
It's almost like these people take pride in someone falling from grace, just to elevate themselves almost. You're down here torturing people in a prison. How
A
much better can it
challenge,
get for you?
sister.
Not really.
Who would be so
No, how
bold?
much worse can it get for you?
Awful sister.
Yeah.
Meat that doesn't yet know it is dead.
So we just got straight at them. We're like, listen, you lot don't know what you're talking about. I've had enough of you. We go in for a fight. I mean, it's a 5v1, right? So we got Astarion straight in there. The left, right, the slash. There you go, down half. Minthara's turn. Just decides why not waste part of it healing and soul branding. That is the one thing about the AI at times, is that they don't make the most sensible of choices. Gale, I try to keep spell slots here if I can. So I was looking at the fireball, but I guess I decided that it's best to try and kill one of them before we get the attack off.
Back.
I fucked that one up as well, because I meant to do the psionic blast, but I pressed the wrong button to confirm it. And we got a successful hold person, which is not a spell I use often, but for some reason I've used
Another
it here.
fight.
But that's
Let's
held
go.
her in place, which then gives Verdare the chance to kill the other one. What am I doing? I mean, that makes sense because I get a crit on her. But I should be killing the other one because it's her turn next. Yeah, I think I realised that late, and I fucked up there.
Aid us.
And I've done it correct this time there, so I've done the psionic blast without the counter spell. Oh no, I did do counter spell. I'm finding this very wrong, by the way. Like, I am not doing this the way that I should be doing it. Should be, as if there's a right way to do a fight. But either way, we make
I
short work of it.
expected to be greeted as a hero, but the wretches imprisoned me. and tried to tear my mind apart. I didn't think anyone would come for me.
We need to get out of here.
Agreed.
Let's
Lead
go.
the way.
So, it's now mission 3 Minthara. We'll do a quick bit of looting here, there's not much
Always
in this
room
room
for
to be fair.
more.
A couple of scrolls, like
What's
spells,
inside?
confusion maybe. And then we get ourselves out. Of course there are people out here, we know that.
Minthara is supposed to be in a cell. You have some explaining to do.
Shut up. You've got nothing to fear from this drooling idiot. And I've got no inspiration, so...
The guard isn't convinced.
Yeah, but I wouldn't use it there though. It's one guy.
Let us free them of their god and of their lives.
Mistra Rill.
No point in wasting it on one guy, I say.
Let's finish this.
Yes. I seek an advantage.
I wasn't sure which one I'd go for that, but yeah. Manages to save, it was a lesser likelihood than any of the other ones, so fair enough.
Let's turn someone inside out.
Yeah, so we need to waste one of our bonus actions to bring in
Delicious.
Astarion close on the enemy. Gets his attack off.
Let's end this. On the move.
Now, the scrying I guess involved. If we try this again. Funnily enough, it doesn't work.
There's blood in the air.
Rough
And Astarion
tempest
goes
I
in
will
for a swing.
raise.
I left that off so that if he did get held, it would have been a crit from Astarion, we would have gotten killed quicker, but wasn't to be. That's alright. So level 2 magic missile
What now?
softens him up. We use a bonus action to jump to get the extra movement distance that we need to bring my character in close. We get the main hand attack and another. Now, I don't know if I used that there. I don't think I did, to be fair. I think I did. And then we killed him. The Scrying Eye's still in the fight. The way I see it though is that it's not called to anyone else. Usually what would happen is they would run and use extra movement out of turn-based mode, and they would get right up close to you, and then they would join the fight just on the periphery, and they wouldn't be able to move in until then. So I've just moved everyone out piece by piece, slow as we can, because I knew it would break combat at that point. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now, is just person by person moving us all out of combat, and then we're going to need to go on a stealth mission to get Minthara away from here. And that sounds about as hard as it was. Like, the whole place
There
is
better be a soft
covered, it's
bedrock in my near
absolutely
future.
crawling with enemies. And I don't know if
Ready
there's a
for
better
battle.
way to do it than the way I try. But given, I think it was almost like a subliminal suggestion
shall be
from
done.
myself, from what I was doing earlier, if you remember when I was up in the rafters and I was going around trying to get in that bit where you can talk to the Absolute and just hanging about that area. I seem to think that it would be a good idea maybe to get some height.
As you wish.
Now, from where we're at underneath the staircase here, there is no ladder that can take you direct up without walking in through one
Let's
of
see what you're hiding.
the cones of vision from the enemy. So I do take a bit of time studying the area, so you're like, right, no, not that way. Close that door, please. There we go. Right, get that cone of vision out of the room. So I take a look through, there's two in here, because I thought if there was just that big guy, I could go in there and take that fight. because there's two, I knew that one of them would shout for help and everyone would come running in here. I don't want to start that fight yet. I don't want to have to attack Moonrise in its entirety. I don't mind going bit by bit through it like I already have been. I'm picking off enemies here and when I can, but not a full-on war. Save that for later. Not that I'll have much help for it, because
Who shall I
I think I'm going to kill the Night Song. I've not actually made that decision yet. And then obviously I've not got many other friends and allies.
You can see me?
So we get her up top. Same as before, they don't always see you with the cones of vision. Like as was the case in the Goblin Camp. So you can be a wee bit... You can break the rules a wee bit here.
And the dreams came. My brothers had the dreams too. Same as me. They wouldn't admit it.
The Absolute calls us all to her display.
But there are some people that can't see her there. She's just very good at hiding. Now we get here, and I'm looking. That scrying eye is the only thing that's blocking the doorway. There will be people outside, but I was prepared to fight the fight if I needed to. So what I should have done, right? My mistake here. I should have stopped at this point, brought the rest of the crew round, and brought them up to where Minthara is, so that then we're all ready to leave the door at the same time. She's safe up there, no one can spot her, right? That wee area that she's on, there wasn't any red patches from what I could see. So she was safe to leave there. I should have brought everyone further forward, but I decided I'll try and get her out, like round the corner of the door, see outside and then in behind the door, because I don't think anyone would be able to see her from there. But I decided, fuck it, I'll just jump from the top ropes. Now, you can see here, jump, and it says no damage taken. I thought maybe that was a dexterity thing, because she is only really dropping probably about the height of that statue, which to be fair is maybe, it's probably at least 15 foot, which is a long way to drop. But if you get high dexterity, don't see why not. So I've trusted the game, and she's taking 11 damage, brings her down to 56 health. So that engages this one person in combat, because obviously the fall with breaking the legs, that person hears her, right? Thunderous Smite brings her down to 21 health. Next attack kills her. And that was her done. Not the way I wanted that to go. I wanted Minthara as part of my group, to be honest with you. I would have liked like an Astarion, Minthara, and Lae'zel type ending to this game. I would have taken Shadowheart and Gale out.
There's an illicit parasite in that corpse.
But that was the way I would have worked it.
You should take a look.
And I've just jumped her off the top right into her death. You see what I mean though? If I had the group here when she jumped down into the combat, they could have helped protect her. The combat, like, I think Minthara would have went down and not dead when she got killed, but because she was the only one in the combat there, she's been like insta-killed. I don't know that for sure, to be fair, but yeah, either way, I fucked it massively. I should have been more, I should have thought it out more, or I should have just taken on the combat head on. But those be the cards that we get dealt, or that we deal ourselves. I don't know. It was my own fault, wasn't it? So we go back to the prison now. We're going to go and basically just eliminate as many people here. I've really got no care to hide my allegiances whilst
Time to
in the
get
prison.
going.
There's no benefit to not killing everyone here. So I take it on better than I usually would, because I'd usually try and break them out, then take the fight on. Instead of having like, because they don't help you, see Wolverine and the rest of them, not that there's many in the prison cells, because most of them are dead already. They don't help you that much in the fight, they're not that good. So I'd rather not have them around and just use them later. So here's where we're at. We take a Elixir of Bloodlust for Astarion, and then we've got an extra level 2 spell slot for my guy. We close the door and we just attack the warden from behind. Cowardly? Perhaps, yes, but efficient.
You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
Starian doing well to roll high initiative as always.
Do it.
Reaction of Hellish Rebuke on Astarian. I decide it's not worth defending him, and he actually does well to save. She's frightened and then goes invisible. However, you and I both know that invisibility means absolutely nothing. Now I'm realising now this was quite silly of me. I think it's because I wasn't one to use spell slots. But I take the Alchemist Fire because I know there's a way that you can use Alchemist Fire to detect someone who's invisible close by. To detect them, to inflict damage on them. So, I get it there, hit the corner. There she is. But that's a waste of a main action for Shadowheart, possibly not the best use of her action economy. However, it was effective. Now the Scrying Eye comes in. Thunder damage is the best way to damage it because it's vulnerable to it, which means that you get twice as much damage. So we get Gale over because he's got Thunder Wave. It manages to save against that first attack, it seems. At least that's what I think is happening. See, because the red area attack thing that was highlighted was a weird colour instead. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. But all that means is that it's not going to get pushed. The area that you're trying to push something to isn't allowed. It doesn't mean that the damage doesn't get done. Because you could have someone up against the wall and Thunder Wave them, they won't get pushed back. So we finished off. Yeah, you can have someone up against the wall and use Thunder Wave and they won't get pushed back any because there's no further back than the wall that they can go. But it will still do damage of thunder to them. So I don't know what happened there. So yeah, the Scrying Eye is still trying to call people, but no one's listening. I'll try and use an attack on it just to see if I can do any damage, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. And as Shadowheart says, we can't give up. Yeah, I look at this as an option, and then I think I decide, no, we should go back to Gale. Try Thunder Wave again. Level 1, so we don't waste too many spell slots. I tried to get the blue angle to see, but then I couldn't. So I decided I'll step back in case it's some weird thing we like to detect. Attack, we get 8 damage.
I'm ready.
And then for whatever reason,
I won't give in.
I was going to say, surely I wasn't going to do that though. In turn. It makes another call. Now, best to switch to Gale, come back in, level 1 Thunder Wave. Now, we have people here for our Thunder Wave now, so let's see if we can get them all in. There you go, 3 blue lines. We destroyed the Scrying Eye, we pushed one of them into the chasm, and then we've done a wee bit of damage on the first one, so all in all, not a bad attack to be fair. And then we start laying in the damage, starting. I allow the opportunity attack, and it goes really badly for me. But it gives us the space now to come in, and to start doing our damage. Go for level 4 Spirit Guardian, step in, wee bit. Not much. Spirit Guardian definitely is better for crowds. It's not really good for individuals. I probably should have used a Guiding Bolt.
A fine day.
But now, my guy, 1 hit, and then a miss on the second. I always like to close the door. I think it's sensible to be safe. Don't let anyone else in that doesn't need to be in. Don't let ranged attacks, if that's going to be a thing. And then he's gone. Another Scrying Eye to deal with.
Rook to Queen 6.
I fucked up there because I'd selected the floor above. Gale ran back before then running forward, which was a bit of a pain for me, but it's fine. That's what it is. Sometimes the game bees like that. It's just me not paying attention.
Still breathing, despite everything.
The witching hour. Pawn to Cleric 4.
I don't know if I was about to say, I don't know if I tried to see if my Thunder Wave will reach from there, but I know it won't. Scrying Eye goes again.
Death is but a word away. Don't get too close.
See if it reaches from there. Take a shot. And we destroy it just as 2 other Zealots join the fight. Bad timing.
This feels good. Over here.
It's only a matter
Not
of
the
time
end of the world, obviously,
till we're
but
served
just
up
bad
to the
timing.
necromancer on the platter.
We take advantage of our range here. I don't like that I've just had, like, maybe it's not right now in the fight, but at one point there's 2 or 3 of us all just stood on that wooden platform. Not the most sensible of placements for myself.
Where do I go from here?
You see, I do try to keep moving us all back in. There we go.
Time to move.
It's maybe a bit too far. I didn't need to bring them all the way out there. Shadowheart can definitely step well. Use our action first and then step back inside for safety.
Got to press on.
The dance macabre.
Quickly.
The lance board is set. Torment!
So Gale gets frightened here, which I think means that it doesn't get to do anything on his turn. I think that's what Abjure Your Enemy does.
Breathe deep and move.
I use my main action to dash out here, but I get this mobile shot. I can't remember what it is that gives me that ability. But it's nice for a wee bit of bonus damage. Now, bring Astarion back out.
Let's
He
go.
can get all the way out. I should be using main action dash and then bonus action to attack with the marshal, but
Need to act fast.
I'm not too worried.
Onward.
When it's this few opponents, it's fine to make mistakes and learn from them. It's not good when you have a massive
roll in
crowd.
my favor.
Action economy is a massive concern.
Hollow behind the back wall and beyond.
I think that's Wolverine talking,
I'd bet my life
advising a plan.
here nearby.
Massive attack there. Okay.
Keep going.
We dash just to get in close with Spirit Guardians and let that effect happen. Wasn't really necessary. Shocking Grasp.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
And to finish him off. Or not. That'll do it though. They gave us the win on that.
Better than nothing.
So we heal ourselves up. I think I go about to do a bit of looting, but I cut it here because, again, I don't want to subject you to all the looting. I've tried to chop as much of that out as possible. Yeah, go back through here and start looting some stuff, but let me take you to our conversation with Wolverine. Where is the man? Here he is, Wolverine Bongo.
Nimble. Check for gaps, cracks, anything to leverage the rock. Nichols, tools. Get creative. This rock is basalt. It'll crack with enough pressure.
Whoops.
Ah! Don't mind us, true soul. The back wall is weak. We're working to brace it.
You're clearly planning an escape.
I wouldn't be so foolish as to think I could escape the Absolute. The Warden has eyes everywhere. And ears.
I could help you for a price.
Were I to get such help, I'd be appreciative. But why would a true soul be offering?
I don't really know what I go for here. My mind is my own. The Absolute has no control over me. Yeah. Easy persuasion check. Just don't roll a 1. There you go. Don't even need the bonuses.
The Absolute thinks she's got you by the scruff of the neck. But it's the other way around, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I reckon you and I were meant to meet.
Of course.
I'm Wolverine. We've a plan, but all the determination in the world is nothing without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a Warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality.
Well,
whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdel, make sure a guard doesn't see you, or we're both done for.
I've got your hammer here, buddy.
Your feet fly fast, my friend. Any luck with those tools? Blessed Gerdel, I thought I'd never see it again. Thank you. The plan is to wait for a quiet moment, then bust out the back wall. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us.
It's time. Let's do this.
We'll move once it's quiet. Until then, be ready.
And away we go. So I watch him at first, then I realise, oh shit, I kind of need to get through there with him as well. So I remember that I need to get these cell gates open. I have a wee moment with my laptop, yep, all good. So we head on in here, there's a lever that you can pull that opens all cell doors. It's the big one on the ground. Let's find that one. There you go. And that means that all cell doors will now be open. If you had guards around at this time, they would be going hostile quickly, probably start attacking the people in the cells. So you've got to be careful of that. I have a quick check just to see if there is anyone else in the other cells, but it doesn't seem like it. And then out to the back, you can see them all starting to get to work breaking the chains. So have a quick chat with Wolverine. Realise that he's busy.
Not now! This boat is...
So I'll let him get to it. And then once he's finished breaking the chains, he'll have a conversation with us and ask if he's ready to get out of here.
Boat's good to go. All that's left is to ship off. My plan for now is to hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea.
I know a place called the Last Light Inn. You'll be safe there.
Safe? That's no small claim in these parts. Lead the damn way.
So off we go. Now I've never done this in this sort of way before. And you'll see what I mean in a second. So I don't know if this is just an update, but you'll see that it's, for me at least, this is a conversation that's about to come up that I've not had before. So I was quite worried about it, to be perfectly honest with you.
Through the dark until time, skill, or luck brings you to Last Light's dock.
Hold there. You can't just land and start unloading strangers. They're procedures, damn it. No one gets in without being tested. Commander Jahira's orders.
We just escaped the Absolute. No?
You
I
did,
passed your
but your
damn
friends
test,
did not.
yeah, well.
Anyone could be infected, so we're checking all new faces. No exceptions. Here, form a line. Let's see if the Absolute's little pet recognizes any of you.
The Absolutes what? What are you doing?
If what you said is true, no one has anything to fear. If not, well, we'll soon find out. Now, form a line. I'll not ask again.
So I thought that something was going to kick off there. I thought there was going to be some kind of revelation, but turns out there wasn't. So, yeah, we saved the Iron Hand gnomes, but if you remember, a lot of the other ones did not make it. Some of them from the, what would you call it, the Grimforge, they didn't quite make it. There's quite a lot of people like Leah and Cal, they didn't make it, from the Emerald Grove, Damon and such. Quite a lot of people from there that aren't with us at this point in the game. So yeah, so I've decided to go take a long rest because my characters needed it. During the night, actually, sorry, prior to the sleep, Gale came to me, wanted to have a chat, so we had the chat with Gale just about him feeling quite philosophical. But then when I wake up in the morning, Lizelle wants to have a chat. Or I chat with Lizelle because I want to bring her out, but she wants to chat about other things as well.
We must press forward. Let's deal with Ketheric, then find Voss in Baldur's Gate.
A hatchery with a single egg. How does that? No.
My own Savage would never have threatened a youngling.
Fair enough.
A waste of time and energy. The pupils themselves culled the weak from their ranks. I myself felled 4 of my own classmates once Kalir had 100 times circled Tyrell.
I have no doubt they deserved it.
My people have no use for cowards. Every trainee that I slayed was either too weak to withstand the lessons, or was cocky enough to pick a fight they could never win. They underestimated me, so they paid the price. The Githyanki are only as powerful as their weakest warrior. Jaquith de Venzir, the termination of the frail, strengthens us.
So I'm going to ask her about the disc from the or the
disc
Underdark
appears
first.
in your mind's eye. Lae'zel sees it too, and considers the vision.
Tirsu markings. Ancient. I recognize them, but I can't make sense. No. Wait. The texts are enciphered, but I've solved the pattern. It's a story. About Orpheus.
Your head buzzes in concert with Lae'zel's, but it hardly matters. Even without the connection, you'd recognize her discomfort.
Who's Orpheus?
A traitor. A dead one. This text is heresy. I can hardly bear to read it, let alone speak it.
You'll bear it just fine. Tell me what it says.
Very well. I will read it to you.
Like a bedtime story.
The Prince of the Comet, Part 1. So it was that we were free from Geich shackles and turned our blades on each other. The heavens were shattered, and one great empire was divided in 2. Gith traveled to the Hells to broker help for her people, her cause. Vlaakith would have you believe Mother Gith proclaimed her our queen. Lies. Gith made no such proclamation. Vlaakith seized the Empire against the Mother's wishes. But Gith had nurtured a son, Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, the true heir. He knew Vlaakith's treachery. Orpheus rallied Gith's honor guard and declared the throne for himself. The War of the Comet had begun. Disregard this drivel. Gith declared Vlaakith queen of the Empire, and her own son defied her. Orpheus would have ceded control to the Geich.
And if it's true, it sounds like Vlaakith betrayed Gith and seized the throne.
You speak like Kithrak Voss. You accuse Vlaakith of the unthinkable. As unthinkable as the greatest living knight turning on his queen. Well, enough conjecture. I did what you asked, so let's be done with it.
Yeah. Give me this. Have a look at this other one that I found at the
Your
crash.
mind connects with Lae'zel's, and together you envision the Githyanki disc.
Another part of the Orpheus tale.
There's more.
This one has been translated to Common.
I'd like to hear you tell the
Fine.
story.
The Prince of the Comet, Part 2. The Prince of the Comet, Orpheus himself, led his honor guard into battle. Their red dragons bellowed with righteous anger, and the heavens erupted. The glorious prince cried to all who could hear him, "Praise be to my mother Gith, the queen of the one sky, sacrificed to the hells by the renegade Vlaakith." But the true heir, the Prince of the Comet, could not overcome Vlaakith's knights and their ill-gotten worms. Mighty Voss, Gestil Kithrak, lit the astral sky aflame. When the ash had cleared, beloved Orpheus was gone. True heir, glorious prince. There's no greater crime than to exalt the pretender called Orpheus.
I'm interested to see where this storyline goes though, because it's one that I've never actually gotten to the end of. I can't quite see how it would all turn about without just slowly
You're
talking
full
and
up.
convincing her.
Dismiss someone
I want to bring
first.
Lae'zel out for later, and I dismiss Gale to do so. So it's Shadowheart, Lae'zel and Astarion that I'm now going to be running with, and so to do that I'll need to level up Lae'zel. But I do all of that off camera. That's about as much as we've got on this episode. So hope you enjoyed it. Quite a lot of combat,
Ready
quite a
for
lot
battle.
happening. We lost Minthara, which I'm a bit gutted about, but not to worry. We do still have a good team of people with us. But yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry it's a bit of a longer one and it's all chopped up all over the place. I could have made it into 2 episodes, but yeah. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you later.